Guys, it's me, old Movie Master. It's the month of October. Halloween's finally here. It's the season to be jolly. Okay, that's Christmas, but you know what I mean, you know? Watch a bunch of horror movies. Well, you can't trick or treat because, Corona, but we can watch horror movies. And I know what you're thinking, I've seen everything. I've seen all the Freddys, I've seen all the Friday the 13th, I've seen all the Chuckies, I've seen all the Leprechaun, the Wishmaster movies. What can I possibly watch? That's why old Movie Master is here, to recommend you a couple of movies that you may or may not have seen. So, stay tuned. Man, do I miss watching these movies when I came back from school during October. No obligations, forget homework, just watching Friday the 13th. But now you're an adult, now we got obligations and shit, so you can't really watch movies that much. So, but we can squeeze 5 good movies in here. So, let's start with number 5. Number 5 is a movie called Cam. This movie's on Netflix. It's a pretty straight horror movie. This is released by Blumhouse, and I'm surprised that this movie did not get released in theaters. It went straight to Netflix, and this is pre-Corona, so this movie is pretty straightforward. It's about a young girl who does webcam shows, and she makes a pretty hefty amount of money. She makes good money, but she has a stalker, and she believes the stalker has stolen her identity. And I'm going to leave it at that, because if I tell you more, I'm going to ruin the rest of the movie. It's a good movie. Don't watch the trailer. Check out Cam. Number 4 is a movie that I saw on Netflix on a whim. I avoided watching the trailer, and I hate the fact that Netflix shows you the trailer before the movie. It's so ADHD, I cannot stand it. So I said, you know what? I'm going to block this with my hand. I'm going to press play. I started watching Blackcoat's Daughter. I was shocked at how good it was. It's a slow burn, but it's very good. It's about a satanic cult in a school. Satanic cult, that's what kids do nowadays. That and TikTok. So I liked it. It was entertaining, pretty creepy, not super scary, but very creepy. It's kind of reminiscent of a movie called The Witch, or The Vivitch. I don't know how to pronounce it because it's so weird how they spelled it. But anyway, Blackcoat's Daughter, very entertaining, very good. Also was not released in theaters. It was released by AT&T, and it went straight to streaming. But very good. Very well shot. Number 3 is Hereditary. Yeah, most of you probably have already seen Hereditary, but guess what? Watch it again. It's so good. This is probably the best horror movie since The Exorcist. Super creepy, super scary. Every moment in this movie is so good. It reminds me of a 1970s horror movie in the new modern era. And it was so unpredictable. I cannot explain how much I love this movie. And if you haven't seen it, you're missing out! Watch Hereditary! Stop watching Old Movie Master, go watch Hereditary! What can be better than Hereditary? Number 2 is Return of the Living Dead from 1985. You like zombies? You like comedy? Bam! 2 in a row! You're gonna watch Return of the Living Dead. It's an amazing movie. It's so funny. And it's not the type of funny you go, ha ha ha! It's more of the funny like, ha ha! If you've seen Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, and Day of the Dead, you're definitely gonna enjoy Return of the Living Dead. It's one of those movies that the effects still hold up to this day. Back in the day when things were done just practical. No CGI and no bullshit. Great movie. I love this movie. One of the things I love so much about Return of the Living Dead is the soundtrack. I sometimes just listen to the soundtrack when I don't have a chance to watch the movie, but I am going to watch this one on Halloween for sure. But what could be number 1? Number 1 was a movie that was recommended to me by a friend, and that movie is Starry Eyes. This movie is very reminiscent of Rosemary's Baby, in the sense that of the atmosphere, it feels like a 1970s movie like Hereditary taking place now. Very marvelously shot. It's about a young girl who's very ambitious. She wants to become an actress, and she'll do everything and anything to land a role. And I mean anything. And this movie gets very, very creepy. I don't want to ruin anything about it, because the ending still haunts me to this day. I sometimes think about the ending of this movie, how just it left me in awe. So those are the 5 movies that you should watch during Halloween. If you have seen these, hey man, watch them again. And if you haven't seen them, check them out. So if there's any other horror movie that you saw during Halloween, or want to see, let me know in the comments section down below, and stay tuned for an upcoming video about my Laserdisc collection. Anyway guys, bye!